Hey guys, Quackers Clocks here with another set of NFL predictions. This time, we're at the beginning of the regular season. I cannot believe that we've made it this far. To 2023 season is about to begin. I am excited. And let's get on with the picks now, shall we? So tonight we have the Detroit Lions taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. I know who I'm going with. I'm going with Kansas City. I know we're not going 17-0, that's for sure. But we'll definitely win the division and maybe win the Super Bowl. Maybe repeat as Super Bowl champions. Hey, but at least our game is the first of the year. So this is the first game of the year, so I'm going with my Kansas City Chiefs. The Cincinnati Bengals take on the Cleveland Browns. I am going with the Bengals for this matchup. And this is the part of the series. Well, this is the part of the prediction series where the games actually matter. So I mean, nobody cares about preseason records anyway. Anyway, I'm going with the Bengals over the Browns. Hopefully, Deshaun Watson is fine. But I think, I wonder if Joe Burrow is back. I think if Joe Burrow is back, I haven't heard anything from him, but I think they have Reed Sinnett at quarterback. They released Trevor Siemian. But I am going with the Bengals over the Browns. I really don't have confidence in Cleveland this year. Up next, we have the Houston Texans taking on the Baltimore Ravens. I am going with the Ravens over the Texans. I have zero faith in DeMeco Ryans as he's the first-year head coach. I think he was like the defensive coordinator for the Niners. Who I think he replaced Robert Saleh when they hired him. Him to be the New York Jets head coach. And the Jets seem to like him, so he was never let go. But I'm not really sure about DeMeco Ryans. Besides, I think Lamar Jackson is fine. Plus, they have Odell Beckham Jr. They have all those power backs. I think the Ravens will be fine against the Texans here, but I am going with the Ravens over the Texans. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are no longer run by Tom Brady. Tom Brady retired. Take on the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going with Minnesota. Not that I don't like Minnesota either, but I think they have the more likely scenario here. They're at home. They're playing the Buccaneers, who are led by Baker Mayfield. Surprising, because last year, week 1, he was on another NFC South team, the Panthers. But we'll see how Baker is in Tampa. We'll see how Kirk Cousins plays. I think Justin Jefferson is good to go for this game. I don't have any injury report. Speaking of which, I know Travis Kelce hyperextended his knee in practice, I think, the other day. It was a couple days ago. But we do have Noah Gray and Blake Bell, who are definitely emerging tight ends for sure. Usually they catch like 3 to 4 yard passes, but I think Travis Kelce is more of a wide receiver than he is a tight end. So we have enough wide receivers on our roster to fill that void. Anyway, I'm going with the Vikings. The Carolina Panthers take on the Atlanta Falcons. The Panthers picked Bryce Young first overall. He's the starter. And for the Falcons, I think their starter is Desmond Ridder. So, Desmond Ritter's a third-round QB. He was supposed to be like a second-round QB. But, nobody took interest in him. Nor did they take interest in Matt Corral or any of those QBs that were taken in the third round. Malik Willis as well. We'll get to the Titans in a minute. Let's see there at the very bottom. I am going with the Panthers over the Falcons. I think Bryce Young is... I don't think he's going to die over there. They have a decent O-line. It's just they just had Matt Rule as their head coach. So I think Frank Reich is going to build that team up to a maybe playoff shot. But I'm not really exactly sure who is going to win the NFC South this year. So it'll be interesting to watch. But I am going with the Panthers over the Falcons. The Arizona Cardinals take on the Washington Commanders. The Cardinals are starting Josh Dobbs, who they acquired from Cleveland. I don't understand that one, but, besides Kyler Murray tore his ACL and he's not ready to go yet, so they have to start a backup QB. They cut Colt McCoy, which was a big mistake, but I am going with the Commanders over the Cardinals. I don't like either of these teams. But one of these teams has to win. Either that or they tie, so... I cannot wait for football to start. Jesus. Football is back. Anyway. I'm picking the Commanders over the Cardinals here. The Jacksonville Jaguars take on the Indianapolis Colts. I am going with the Jaguars. The Colts are a heavy mess right now. I have no confidence in them at all. Their front office is completely in shambles. Jim Irsay is running that franchise like a clown show. Jonathan Taylor wants out, even though he's a generational back who deserves to be paid. And that whole facility is just toxic, so I am going with the Jaguars for sure. I am not picking the Colts against the Jags here. I don't think I'm going to pick the Colts ever, unless they play an even worse team. So just know that the Colts are always going to lose. Unless they have a shitty opponent. Kind of like, maybe the Texans. But, we'll just see how the season goes. Anyway. Oh, my bad. I am going with the Jaguars over the Colts here. The San Francisco 49ers take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I am going with the 49ers here. I know the Steelers haven't had a losing season since Mike Tomlin became the head coach. They haven't had a losing season under Mike Tomlin. They haven't had a losing season since 2003. So they'll probably end up bullshitting their way to 9-8. And as for the 49ers, I think they'll win the NFC West. I think Brock Purdy is good to go. I think he's a great QB. He played really well in the NFC Championship game before fucking up his elbow. So, he didn't need Tommy John, which was fantastic. So I think he's good to go. As for the Steelers, I like the Steelers. It's just, it's hard for me because they're playing the 49ers. It's kind of a weird scenario here. Just having the 49ers be your opening day, be your opening game, It's kind of a bad scenario for the Steelers. So, I'm going to go with the 49ers. The Tennessee Titans take on the New Orleans Saints. They hired a new GM, Ran Carthon. As for the Saints, they need to be healthy. Their QB right now is Derek Carr. I am going to go with the Titans, though, because I'm not a big fan of Derek Carr. Derek Carr is at least 30 years old now, isn't he? 29, 30? He's at least 30. He has to be at least 30. This is his 10th season in the NFL. This is his first without being a Raider. So, anyway, I'm going to go with the Titans. I think they'll try and make a bounce back. Hopefully they win the AFC. The AFC shit, or whatever it is, AFC South. AFC Shitfest, which is the AFC South. I don't even know what to call them. They're just bad. Anyway, I'm going with the Titans over the Saints. The Las Vegas Raiders take on the Denver Broncos. I am going with the Raiders. I do not like the Broncos. I don't like either of these teams. I have bias towards them. But, because they're division rivals of my team. But one of these teams has to win. So I'm going with Las Vegas, taking the win there. Not sure how that would affect the division standings. The division standings won't be, important until probably next week, maybe, or a few weeks. So these are just the first few games of the season. Getting these games out of the way. But I am going with the Raiders over the Broncos. The fact that I picked the Broncos over the Seahawks last year. Did I pick the Broncos over the Seahawks last year? I don't remember. It's been a while. Here we go. Super Bowl 52 rematch. Philadelphia Eagles take on the New England Patriots. I'm going with Philly. I'm going with Philadelphia here. Obviously, they're the Super Bowl runner-up. I think they have a chance to win. They have a chance to go back to the Super Bowl. Just because that NFC is just really weak. Either than the Eagles or Niners, I think that NFC is just really weak. The NFC South is kind of, it exists, and then the NFC West is San Fran's. Phillies is going to take the East. Philly's going to take the East again. It's either Philly or it's going to be Dallas. But they haven't had a repeating division winners in 20 years. So, the Giants, they could scoop themselves up here. We'll get to the Giants later on here. But I am going with the Eagles over the Patriots. The Los Angeles Rams take on the Seattle Seahawks. I am going with the Seahawks. The Rams, I don't know what happened to Cooper Kupp. I think Cooper Kupp's done. He won the Triple Crown. That's all you needed to do. He has a ring. He keeps getting injured. That's the problem with Cooper Kupp, is that he keeps getting injured. And it's not even funny. It's just sad to hear. It's just sad to watch. It's sad to watch a man that won the Triple Crown in 2021 just miss the entire, get injured in the beginning of 2022, and now 2023 he's dealing with some hamstring thing. He got injured during training camp, and I'm not sure what his status is. But you know, it's whatever, I guess. But I'm going with the Seahawks over the Rams. I think Geno Smith is their QB. Geno Smith is the right QB for them, for their system. And I think they're going to win this game here. The Miami Dolphins take on the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm going with the Dolphins. I know that Justin Herbert got paid, and I'm not sure about Tua, but I think he is playing on a fifth-year option, so... Well, this is his fourth year in the league, so I think they picked up his fifth-year option, and I think they're going to end up extending him. But we'll see how Tua's going to be. See how Justin Herbert's going to be. I think I'm going to pick I am picking the Dolphins over the Chargers here. I think it's feasible. And plus, you know, as a Chiefs fan, I despise the Chargers, so yeah. Up next, we have the Green Bay Packers taking on the Chicago Bears. I'm going with the Packers over the Bears. I do not have any faith in the Bears, especially, I mean, Justin Fields is fine. It's just, and they also acquired DJ Moore in the offseason for to exchange the first overall pick to the Panthers. But I don't really see them doing anything this year. I just kind of see them sucking. But we'll have to see. Anyways, I'm going with the Packers over the Bears. But even though Aaron Rodgers is gone, I think the Packers still own the Bears. Sunday night, we have the Dallas Cowboys taking on the New York Giants. I'm going with the Cowboys over the Giants. I know that's gonna make Cowboys fans that say, "This is our year. We're going to the Super Bowl." Newsflash: you haven't won a Super Bowl since 1995, so don't give me that bullshit. It's almost been 40 years. 30 years. Never mind. It's almost been 30 years. It's almost been 30 years since you won a Super Bowl. What is this, 29? Is this going on 29? I think so. But I am going with the Cowboys over the Giants. I mean, I think it's going to be a good game, but I think the Cowboys are going to end up winning. And on Monday night, we have the Buffalo Bills taking on the Aaron Rodgers-led New York Jets. I'm going with the Bills. I mean, Josh Allen is unstoppable. His line is really good. He has really good receivers. He has Gabe Davis. He has Stephon Diggs. I mean, they used to have Isaiah McKenzie, but I'm not really sure what the hell happened to him. He was in Indianapolis for a little bit, and then they cut him. But I think they should go ahead and re-sign him. But I don't know. I don't know who else they have on the receiving corps. Damar Hamlin is coming back. Hopefully there will not be any skipped. There will not be any incidents like that again. Which was the whole thing with Damar Hamlin was really scary, and just like I'm glad he's okay. He's able to play football again. He made the 53-man roster. And, I mean, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you keep him on the 53-man? That dude went through hell and back. And as for the Jets, they have Aaron Rodgers and the entirety of the 2015 Packers. Lest you forget, 2015 they went 15-1 and lost to the Giants. Wait, was that? No, that wasn't 2015. Never mind. That was 2011. I'm sorry, my mind is very fuzzy today. But I don't even remember what happened in 2015 with the Packers. But I know they had Aaron Rodgers, Allen Lazard. No, Lazard came. No, they didn't have Allen Lazard. They have Randall Cobb. They brought in Allen Lazard. They brought in like all the receivers. They had. The Jets also have Mecole Hardman, who's a 2-time Super Bowl champion with the Chiefs, and this is his 5th year. The fact that he has 2 rings in 4 years just makes it even better that he was in Kansas City system. But I'm going to go with the Bills. I think they have a very powerful offense, and I'm not really sure. I don't know how I'm going to feel about the New York Jets right now. I have to see how they play. If they play good, they play good. If they play bad, they play bad. It's just, it's kind of a what-if scenario for them. But as for the Bills, I know that the Bills have really good potential to win that AFC East. I think they three-peated winning that division, so I think they're gonna four-peat that division championship. So, but anyways, I will see you guys next Thursday with Week 2 predictions.